Nobody move.
Nobody gets hurt.
I'm Nick G.
I'm Mike D.
And this is Good Cop, Bad Cop. I'd like to thank our sponsors today, Pop McCann Whiskey, smoothest drink in the land. Grab your bottle today at popsmccannwhiskey.com. Also like to thank Friends of Martina White. Visit votemartina.com for more information about the work Martina has been doing as state representative of Pennsylvania. We would also like to thank our sponsor, Beyond Creative. If you're ready to take your online presence to the next level, visit beyondocreative.com or call 267-362-WEB1 to discuss your project. And our title sponsor, AR Law, arjusticenow.com. We fight so you don't have to. Adams Renzi Law. We would also like to thank our sponsor, Morrow Flooring, hardwood, laminate, vinyl, tile, and carpet. You get military and first responders discount. That is Morrow Flooring. You can go to goodcopbadcoppodcast.com. Click on his link for more details. All right, welcome back to another episode of Good Cop, Bad Cop. What's up, Mike D? How are you?
What's up, Nicky G? How are you?
Good. We have a good episode today. It's there's a lot of emotions that will be involved. We have a Gold Star family with us, Michael Strange and his wife Mary. So for our listening audience that doesn't know what a Gold Star family is, they made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. They are the family members of a military servicemen or women that lost their life. Is it just in combat or?
Yes.
Considered, okay, in combat, which is one of the ultimate sacrifices that you can do for this country, which is such a great country. It's an honor to have you guys here. So we have Charlie Strange, which will be the father of Michael Strange, who we lost in Afghanistan in 2011.
Yes.
In Extortion 17. I'm sure a lot of our listeners have heard that term or that name before. We're definitely going to get into it. This is where Michael lost his life. Charlie is an author of Relentless, a Gold Star's father's pursuit of the truth. This man has been a warrior for his son, and so has his wife, Mary. He also founded the foundation in Michael's honor, which will be the Michael Strange Foundation. And also with us to the side is Shiv Patel. He helps out in the foundation, a benefactor, I guess you could say. Great guy.
He's involved with a bunch of other causes as well, just
yes,
so you know.
yes.
He's a man, a well-rounded, I don't want to call it industrialist, but certainly a wonderful...
It's an industrialist.
That's one of my... I'm gonna throw a few terms out there today that in the 500 Words of Power book that I read while I was in prison. So I can improve my vocabulary.
One of our sponsors, also Pops McCann, came out with a whiskey in Michael's honor. Right here. So you can go on the website still, popsmccannwhiskey.com, grab a bottle. Whiskey is awesome.
That's really cool.
And proceeds go to the Michael Strange Foundation.
That's
so guys,
really
you want to
cool.
do a good thing and have some fun doing it.
You're not going to break your 35 years of sobriety.
That's
Are you allowed to taste it?
Not here, bro.
Just,
nice.
No. Okay. That's where I made my mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of many.
Yes.
So guys, listen, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, share this with your friends. We need help spreading the word. Leaving a review helps out. Spotify, hit the little plus button, sign up, leave us a review, 5 stars. Before or after you watch this, I don't care, or listen to it. Leave a review, helps us out. Thank you. Hit that subscribe, like, and share, please.
It's free, by the way, because somebody asked me, does it cost me anything?
No, it's free for
it's
now.
Free. Hit the fucking button. Let's go.
Get in while it's free. You want to get it ground floor.
It's not that hard.
Or we move to Patreon and start charging for it.
Yeah, forget about it. Priceless.
Right? All right, so how do you want to get into this?
So this is a very serious conversation, but we're going to have a little levity along the way, just so people know, because they lost their treasured son, but life goes on, but still there's a memory of your son every day, and it's a heavy memory, but you seem like a fun guy still. You're still enjoying life.
Yes.
Correct? With that little bit of heaviness that's obvious because your son.
Right.
Yeah.
And one of the things that people don't realize is the rest of the family is affected by this as well, not just the parents.
Yes.
Siblings, cousins, uncles,
Yeah.
and
Friends.
the appendages of the families. Yeah.
So get your pen out, get your book out. This is very complicated. There's a lot of geopolitical issues.
Which Shiv is here. Which Shiv is here to help us with the back.
Break it down for us.
Yeah.
So where do you want to jump in at? I mean, this is so complicated, and there's so many different angles.
So let's start off the day.
Okay.
Well, we're from Philadelphia. Michael was North Catholic, joined the military, out of high school, took off, went to Hawaii. He was a cryptologist, codebreaker,
So what branch of the military?
Navy. He was Navy.
Okay, so he joined the Navy. So how old was he when he joined the Navy?
18.
He's right out of high school.
Yes.
Now, did you force him out of the house?
No.
Okay.
I didn't want him to join the military.
Okay. So on his own, he decided he wanted to do this.
He said, Dad, I'm joining the military. I said,
Boom.
No, you're not.
Came home.
I said, No.
And how many years ago was this?
13.
From now?
Yes.
Okay, so 2011 or 10. 10 he decides.
2004, he joins the military. He dies 2011,
Oh, okay.
August 6, 2011.
So this is actually after the wave of 9/11, you know,
Right.
the
Yeah.
right. So
Right.
so let's just say he probably had that patriotic embedded in him from the events of 9/11. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay.
That and plus he wanted the college money.
Okay. Well, all right. So there's many reasons for these
Right.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in North Catholic in 2003.
Yes.
Fun fact, I shot that building up, in fact. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I killed a 1990 Toyota Camry in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot next to it.
Oh,
In a drunken, in a what? Drunken.
No, I was in uniform and working. It was legit.
That doesn't mean.
In your case, it doesn't mean anything. Guy robbed a few bars along the area and made his final stand right there in the parking lot, and we shot it out.
So did you get free coffee after that? That's
Oh,
that's.
dude, are you kidding me? I killed the 1990 Toyota Camry to the GM that worked at Dunkin' Donuts. I couldn't get coffee there anymore.
Oh, shoot, what a mistake.
I drove back 2 weeks later thinking, all right, the guy's probably not there. It's day work. The Toyota Camry's there, still dead.
shit.
And he was cursing me out and in the language I didn't understand, but I left. Got out of there. I said, all right, I ruined my
Would
Dunkin'
Patel be able to translate
I
that?
think quite possibly.
I'm not saying that all Dunkin' Donuts are owned by people of the Indian persuasion, but would I be correct in this situation?
You would be correct.
See, there's always a reason for it. Mr. Shiv. Mr. Shiv is always a...
Shiv, you sure you want to stay? He's in.
Yeah, good. So,
All right,
so to
I have
serious...
one more question, Frank. Where'd you grow up in Philly? Where was Michael from? Fort Richmond?
Well, for part-time in Port Richmond, there's a mural of him at Belgrade and Clearfield.
Clearfield, which I'm familiar with.
Yep. And he lived also in Wissinoming Mayfair section,
Okay.
Torresdale and Harbison.
So I was a cop in the 24th
Yes.
from 99 to 2011. So I saw the banner went up at Belgrade and Clearfield, that's where the old district used to be at in the early 1900s.
And Mary, before we go further, where do you come into this picture with the strange people?
I grew up in Lindenfield Project.
Isn't that
You never heard that one before, have you?
a full name, strange?
Dr. Strangelove.
I knew there was something I remembered.
Chicks love him, broad dig 'em.
Yeah.
That's another. Is that how she met you? She thought you were.
My pickup line, Mike, was, and you can use this. You want to get some strange?
There you go.
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say no. Okay. You weren't giving no strange.
No.
Are you sure Shiv? Does Shiv know who you really are? He seems very laid back and conservative.
Listen, here's the good thing. Here's the good thing. We're laughing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. This is important. All right.
Good for the soul, baby.
Good for the soul.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm going to say this. I think I read this. Your son liked to laugh. Is that
Yes.
true?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's laughing with us right now, all right?
Yeah.
Because we're using the occasion of his passing to discuss things about life and laugh. And that's really a joy that we could place. We've met because of your son.
Right.
So,
I
cool.
got one more little antidote. Hopefully, this gets a good.
Oh, here we go.
It just cracks me up. So you.
He's trying to outdo me, by the way. Go ahead.
That's impossible. Impossible. So your first rank in the Navy is what? Seaman.
Yes.
Seaman.
So, yeah. So dude, this is a true story.
Strange and Seaman. Go
My
ahead.
buddy's dad joined the Navy, and his first rank was Seaman. Do you want to have any guess of what his last name was? Staines. True story.
This is your dad.
No. Friend of mine. My last name's
You
Perez,
said your
dude.
dad, I thought.
My friend's dad.
Okay.
But why would you join the Navy knowing that your first
The
rank
Seaman
is Seaman?
Stain.
Right.
Yeah.
Punishment,
Yeah.
I guess. Huh?
True story, man.
Wow. Well, it's perfect.
I've laughed at that for 30-some years.
You're still getting it. You're still getting
Still
it.
laughing at it.
Yeah.
All right, so Michael, he comes out of Port Richmond, which is it's a hardworking, middle class, blue collar part of Philadelphia. You know, and then moving up to Mayfair was kind of the same kind of family, same kind of people. So, you know, you're bred with that fight Philly, sports 4 for 4, right? Eagles fan,
Oh, yeah.
Philly Sixers,
Oh, yeah.
Mets slashed them.
yeah.
All right.
Better watch it.
All right. Sorry. You took Dykstra from us. What the fuck?
Dyson took himself from himself.
No, that's a different
Smokes too
story.
much crack.
God.
That's
Anyway,
a different story. God
he
bless him.
smoked crack like never.
God bless him.
That fucking guy.
I can tell you a story about him, but
I
anyway.
can tell you a story about him too.
I wasn't there for it. You might have been. But I wasn't.
All right, so Michael joins the Navy. It's 2004.
Yes.
All right, so it's let's take it from there. He's a cryptologist, right?
Yes, which means he's a code breaker.
Okay.
He finished first out of Pensacola, and they sent him to Hawaii. He became an E6 in less than 4 years, which is
Wow.
unheard of. I wasn't military, Nick, but from everybody telling me,
Well, you're an expert now on it, I'm sure.
yes.
So did Michael have a propensity? You like that word?
Oh, yeah.
For codes or code breaking? Was this something that came out of the blue?
No, we always knew he was smart. We just didn't know he was that smart.
Right.
They gave him the National Intelligence Medal of Valor. Only 17 ever been given out in the history of America since the Windtalkers and WW2
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite an honor.
at the NSA
Good company.
with
Did they
James
test his-
Clapper
did they
and
test his
Admiral
IQ?
Alexander.
Did he test his DNA?
Did you
You
make
ain't the
sure?
fir- you ain't the first
Did you
one.
make sure he was yours?
That's no slight of you, Sal.
Nah,
He's a little too big to get mad at him. To get him mad.
nah.
So yeah, so here we are. He's an expert code breaker, and he's in Hawaii, enjoying Hawaii.
Oh.
I mean, come on, how could you not, right?
Right.
He's in the military. He's in the Navy.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's in
He's a good-looking-
Hawaii. If he looks anything like his dad, less than 60 pounds, he's probably handsome
So
as
here
hell.
we go. We're gonna
He probably
throw-
had a body fat of 2% or less. Four. Okay, four.
We're
Yeah.
gonna throw his picture up.
Yeah.
Can we throw up picture number 1 and 2? We'll have Michael up on the screen. There
I
we
was
go.
on top of a roof over there.
Yeah,
There
look
he
at him.
is.
He's stud. Looks like he's a
Good-looking
stud.
guy, man.
Don't it
He's
look
a
like
stud.
he just got
He's a
done
stud.
doing something cool as
Yeah,
hell? And he's like,
yeah. He looks like a
He looks
stud
like he's
there.
living out his
He
dream
looks
right
like he might have just killed a couple people. I hate to say that.
now it does.
But that's what that looks like. He's like, yeah, this is real.
They
Yeah.
used to call them squirters. That's what they used to call them, squirters.
Squirters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed a couple squirters.
Yeah.
Oh, the ones that got away.
Right.
That thought they got
And
away.
the Taliban would change their code every day, and he'd be able to figure it out.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Talibani.
In Pashtun,
Pashtun.
Did he speak Talibani?
He
And
learned
Arabic.
how to, yeah.
he learned.
In
Oh,
school?
my God.
Yeah.
So how
He's,
long did it
he's,
take?
he's a woman's dream, this guy, but for real. He can speak all these different languages. He's handsome. He's
Yeah.
he's
Funny.
he's a
as
real
hell.
man and funny.
Funny.
He like Jameson
If you
to
can
get
make him
naked, Mike, like that, in that order. And he could get
They
naked.
accused me of getting naked on the bus once, but that was not real. I was down to my underwear. If I had a hammer, I would have been naked. God bless him. Then your son's been naked.
So he's in the Navy. He's the code breaking. I mean, it's a lot of schooling. It's a lot of work. I guess the word war. We're at a 20-year war at that point. It was about 3 or 4 years. So they teach him language skill. So he's not in. So what's he signed to? Because he's not in special operations yet, right?
No. In Hawaii, the Navy SEALs would stop at his house and started picking him up.
So I heard there's a cool story behind how the Navy SEAls, initiated him or recruited him. So how did this happen? Because he's not a Navy SEAL, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So how does he get brought in with the Navy SEAls? When does this start?
In Hawaii, he's 20 years old, and they
God, I'm sure that was
just by working out at the gym and becoming his ranks moving up and everything else, and being from Philly,
Yeah.
Philly tough, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
high speed, street smart.
Oh,
Very
Street. Yeah.
so they would pick him up at his house, like 4 or 5 Navy SEALs, and they'd go up and down 4 flights of steps, up and down, up and down. Then they go to the beach and swim out to the buoy, and then back. And
When
then
you say
push-ups.
pick them up, were they physically?
No, they would pick, no, they would pick
Navy
him up.
SEAls are talking about. I don't know.
No, they would pick him up in the car and they go
Okay.
work out.
Gotcha.
And there would be a commander there from the SEALs. And he called me up and he's telling me everything that they're doing. He goes, oh, finally, the guy's phone rang, Dad. And they said, all right, take a break. And this is after about 3 weeks. And then they take them back to the gym. They're all in the gym. The SEALs are in the gym. They got the head rocks, head slamming music, you know what I mean? Head banging music. They're doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu. They're lifting freaking weights. They're doing all kinds of crazy shit. They're all wearing black. I said, what were you wearing? He said, blue. I said, you were the target, Mike. You know what I mean? And they surrounded him, and they wanted him to go to SEAL Team 6 Dev Group in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
And he was called me up. I said, Mike, you said you were going to do 4 years and get out. He said, Dad, this, Dad, bop, 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 bop. And then he bought a home down there. He bought a $300,000 home. He was 21. I said, are you getting money from the Middle East? Why are you forgetting that? Like, you know, any drug money would get money to get rid of it.
We got a gig. We got a gig here. What's
In
going on?
2004, that's like 650,000.
700, man.
Yeah, 700. That's a lot of scratch.
Yeah.
So he bought the home, and he was in Dev Group, the Gold Team. His call sign was GY4, Gold Yankee 4. He was by a special base. Me and my wife here went down. We stayed in Hawaii with him for 15 days, and then we moved to Virginia. So I take him out to P.F. Chang's, and I would, I'm a dad. I'm worried. What are you doing, Michael? Da 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 da. And he wouldn't. And while we're at P.F. Chang's, he goes, Dad, you know who's sitting next to us? I said, it's a husband and wife. He goes, that's what you think. I said, Mike, what's going on?
It's got you.
And then when I would ask him questions, he said, Dad, whenever you ask me questions and I say, did the Phillies win? It could be December. I mean, stop asking me questions, because they would give him a lie detector test every 3 months. And they asked him, the first question was, when was the last time you lied? It was a loaded question.
Wow.
I think all politicians should get that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Really.
So he was in deep. He loved what he did.
So let me stop you there real quick. I got a question. He didn't go through the Navy SEAL training. He was like an adjunct
Well, what they do is
or a
what they do
specialized
is
training class?
Special Operations Spec Ops. What they do is they'll go through the military, and especially SEAL Team 6.
Right.
They're the tip of the spear. They will go through, and whoever is the best, not the best of the best, the absolute best, and they will recruit them onto their team.
Okay.
So he had to go through, and this is from Navy SEALs. This is from Drago, Navy SEAL Drago, Rob O'Neill, Bill Burrell.
Yeah.
He had to go through a training harder than Bud's
Right.
No kidding.
Right.
Wow.
to get into the Gold Squad. And
Because he didn't go through the initiation route.
Through the
He
bus.
went this way.
But they had to make sure he could keep up with them.
Absolutely.
So did he get a trident?
they stomped it on his coffin.
Yeah.
Damn.
And in his shadow box with all the medals, the trident and all that stuff. But he's in the gym with the SEALs. They're working out, boom, 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 and they're in formation. Navy SEAL Lou Langley, who was SEAL Team 6 leader, had 16 years with 6. God bless him. He died with my son. He said, Michael, why ain't you in Coronado doing buds? He said, because I'm the smartest motherfucker in here. You tell me he ain't Philly.
I bypass all this. That's for you. That's for you.
That's for you Navy SEALs.
That's for you guys in California. You West Coast fucking latte drinking fucking we drink fucking straight shit right here. McCann's pop.
Yeah,
All right,
man.
good. So we're getting this. So he's a special guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really is. Yeah. I have a tear in my heart right now. I mean, my eyes in my heart because
It's hard not
I
to.
know he's really special and fun. He's like the guy you wanted to hang around with.
Oh, yeah.
You want to hang around with this guy. Almost like me.
I'd like to thank our sponsors today, Martina White. Friends of Martina White can visit votemartina.com for more information about the work Martina's been doing as a state representative in Pennsylvania. And let me tell you, Mike, she's a big supporter of police. She backs the blue. She's a proven fighter for families, women, everybody.
Is she a patriot? Is she America first?
Absolutely. She encompasses, the American spirit for sure. We have a big population of listeners in Northeast Philadelphia, Southeast Pennsylvania, which would be her area. So you can check her out.
Has
Vote
she
Martina.
been in? I'm not familiar with the Philly district. Is she new to the scene, or is she, looking for re-election?
She'll be up for re-election in a couple years, but she's been around for a while. She has a proven track record.
Okay.
You can check her out. Her record really speaks for itself, especially when it comes to fighting for everyday citizens and backing the blue.
It's nice to have someone back in the blue. I mean, these officers are out there risking their lives every day, and with little pay and little appreciation in today's environment, it's been very difficult. And as you know, being a Philadelphia guy,
Unfortunately, it's something that's not common. Should be. It used to be a time where both sides of the aisle agreed on law enforcement, and that's something that's completely lacking. But with Martina White, she steps up to the plate, always has our backs, and does what's right.
great. Good luck with Martina.
Yeah, you can get more information at votemartina.com. I'd like to thank our title sponsor of the show, Adams Renzi Law, AR Law. They can be found at arjusticenow.com. And just to let you know, I know both of them personally. Christy, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, total sweetheart, absolute pit bull in the courtroom. And Nick Renzi, he's a South Philadelphia guy, true and true, neighborhood man. You know, he's for the people. He helps people out down in South Philly, all around Philadelphia.
Their office is in South Philly itself?
Yes, their office is in right around South Philly, Center City, right on the
Do
border.
they handle
there.
a lot of criminal cases?
They handle everything, absolutely.
Are they on call 24/7 for someone who
always-
might take a pinch somewhere?
Why, you might be taking
Well,
a pinch
I mean,
that we know about?
you never know. I mean, wherever you show up, you got to be ready.
Well, you can keep their card on you.
Well,
Or
there
go
you
to their
go. Well,
website and
good,
call
good.
them up.
Will they give me a deal since they're sponsors of the show?
You might get a percentage off. I'll have to talk to her.
Okay. Yeah.
If you used them a few years ago, you might have not have gotten 14 years.
Well, that's another story.
Another story for another time.
That's right.
Again, AR Law, check them out. arjusticenow.com. We would also like to thank our sponsor, Beyond.o. In today's world, your business is practically invisible if you're not online. With so many options for marketing your business, it's easy to get confused. That's where Beyond.o Creative steps in. They have the expertise to help you with all of your marketing needs. Need a website that wows visitors? They'll build it. Want to reach more customers with Google Ads? They'll make it happen. They'll even manage your social media so you can focus on what you do best. Beyond.o Creative is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and Google Premier Partner. They're the real deal. If you're ready to take your online presence to the next level, visit beyondocreative.com. That's BIONDOCREATIVE.com or call 267-362-WEB1, Web 1, to discuss your project now. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Morrow Flooring, hardwood, laminate, vinyl, tile, and carpet, military first responder discount. You know, Tommy, we had him as a guest on a podcast. You can get your flooring done by a real American hero.
Yeah, and he's on time and on budget.
Yes, he is. He will beat any price. Bring a quote, an estimate, whatever you have. Tommy will beat it. 100% guaranteed. You have our backing on that one.
And he'll be there himself.
Absolutely. You can get a real American hero do your flooring for you.
His friends here at home, they like anytime he came home from childhood, they knew him and they always got together and hung out.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
They stayed together. And Santina was his girlfriend, and she said, I'll never laugh again the way that Michael would make me laugh. He would just have everyone in stitches.
So we got to get into this a little bit. So now he's on a. So let me set the stage. They've already killed Bin Laden, correct? So Bin Laden's already quote
Let's
unquote.
establish a timeline. So this gym incident, what year is that?
That's in 2007.
Okay, so we got a few years. So 2000. So what's he going from 2007 to 2010? Where's he at in those 3
Virginia
years?
Beach.
So he hasn't deployed yet. He's still
Oh, yeah, he done many deployments.
many deployments. Okay, so he's been over there in the shit.
Well,
Rocking
we
and
don't know
rolling.
what the shit is. That's what I'm trying to get at.
So he was with SEAL
Is he
Team.
doing? Or is he? I mean, what the fuck?
He was in SEAL Team 4, and in Iraq, every other night they were going out. SEALs.
And this
Every
is-
other night under Obama. He wore out all our special op guys like never used before. They never did so many missions.
Right.
And then finally they got a break. And they flew him to Spain to this real nice hotel and all. And the SEALs are there and they go to the bar and the bartender says, yo, keep it down. He's talking to these crazy Navy SEALs, right? He says, turn it down. Look, I'm telling you, they call the police of the town where they're in. The cops come. They put their hands on the Navy SEALs. The SEALs handcuffed the cops and put them in the back of the police car. 5 o'clock in the morning, their phones are all beeping. Get the freak back to the bus. And they flew them right out, and boom, they had to leave. The governor or the mayor called, like, yo, you're crazy Navy SEALs just locked up our police officers.
Yeah, that's great.
And then on the 6th, the Gold Squadron, Dev Group, the elite of the elite, the best in the world. And
This is August 6th now.
now he calls me in April 2011.
Okay.
They killed bin Laden in May. He calls me in
go.
April. He says, Dad, everything's getting shut down. You're not going to hear from me. I said, what, Mike? And I'm asking him this, and he said, did the Phillies win? I said, Mike, are you okay? He goes, well, if something happens, you're going to hear about it. And then, of course, May 2nd, 2011, they kill Osama bin Laden.
Okay.
He comes home in June.
Was he part of that raid?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
He comes home in June, and it's his birthday, June 6th, and he grabs him by the shoulder. He said, Dad, you won't believe what's going on in this country. You won't believe what's going on. And he starts pacing. I'm like, Michael, what's up? What's up? He's like, I got a will. I said, what? Never. Every mission any military man goes on, they always sign a will before they go.
Right.
Never mentioned it. And then it was his birthday. They had a big party.
June 6th was his birthday?
Yeah.
That's my brother's birthday, too.
Gemini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he told her, he told his brother, he told his sisters, he told
Aunt Maggie.
Aunt Maggie down to Fishtown. He stopped. I told, and at the party, something was off, you know what I mean? And he left. I was working at Sugar House Casino at the time.
Okay.
I was a blackjack dealer. And he would always, I started on Sunday, worked till Thursday. And he stops and he says, I would deal mini bach to the Asians. And the Asian people say, I don't know who's more proud of you saying that's your son over there in the Navy or him saying, yo, that's my dad back there taking all your money. You know what I mean? And they were really nice. But anyway, he leaves early. And then we have it recorded on his phone. And he calls and says, yo, Dad, I love you. I'll see you for Thanksgiving. I'm going back over. See Aunt Maggie's down at Fishtown, calling NARS. And next thing you know, we get the knock on the door.
So when he's pacing back and forth and says, I got a will, does he elaborate and more? Like, just, how's that make you feel?
I was crazy.
Like something's going on? You
yeah.
think he's tied up in something?
Something's bad happening.
Okay.
The other guy put a will in the freezer, one of the guys from 6. Another guy used to say, yo, Dad, make sure you got a case of beer and a couple steaks. I love you. I'll see you later. This time he comes up to his dad and says, I love you, Dad. Thanks for the way you raised me and gave me a kiss.
So all these
They knew something was up.
Something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I'll lay you in on this skinny is they're fighting with the CIA. One, the CIA killed Karzai's brother,
Right.
the head of Afghanistan, the president of Afghanistan's brother, in that missed time with bin Laden. A few other things were going on the way. The military was killing the Afghans because the Taliban skinned a couple of our guys, and they killed. I don't know if you ever heard of Adam Brown, Fearless Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Michael was
Yes,
there.
familiar.
Michael
When that
was-
happened.
He was on the roof with Adam, and I thought Adam's dad and me met, and he thanked me for Michael trying to save his life. They were on the roof, and his hit the sidewall of the roof. So the Taliban just started shooting up. The SEALs were on the outside. It went under Adam's flap jacket, hit a main. Michael grabbed him. The SEALs killed everybody. They got him to the helicopter, but he bled out.
Damn.
And the big thing about Adam Brown, he had 2 kids. And the wife asked, was there anything different about my husband? And he said, well, it went under the vest. She goes, no, was there anything different about my husband? And the coroner says, he was wearing Superman underwear. She goes, oh, okay. Because his sons always send him Superman underwear. Yeah. So that changed Michael, too, when he came home. Like, he was starting to get that look, Mike, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, Dad, these
1,000 yards there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This isn't all on the up and up, is what he's saying.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. He was.
When he
singing.
said, Dad, you won't believe what's going on in this country.
Yeah.
And you see how it is today.
Yep. Wow. So more than a premonition, he had some inside knowledge, which I believe all the SEALs did.
Especially being a crypto.
Yeah. So this is where this gets so complicated. There's a lot of conspiracy theories which
Right.
have not so much conspiracy theories anymore. proven
Yeah.
to be
All
somewhat
those
factual.
conspiracies seem to be coming
Yeah.
true, don't they?
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
all us weirdos and weirds. We're
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, yeah.
We're weird.
We've been
We're just
called,
weird.
yeah, we've been called conspiracy theorists for
Normies.
years.
We're just
Oh
weird.
yeah, no,
We're just
that's
weird.
crazy.
How's this? How do you say hi like this?
Yeah.
Who says this? The fucking. How do you do this? Hi. Is that a boy? Or is that a quiff? What the hell is that? He's the new sign of a man. Go ahead. What is it, Shiv?
Iraq, they said that they had nuclear weapons. We went in, how many soldiers that got killed, and yet we got stuck in Iraq and Afghanistan because of one lie.
Yeah.
And which agency said that Iraq had nuclear weapons?
CIA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like war.
Oh yeah, they did.
A lot of money in it.
A lot of money.
Oh
Got
yeah.
that
I mean,
right.
look at what we're going through now. So, are you okay walking through it that night?
Sure.
So it's August 11th.
August 6,
Or August 6th.
2011.
I'm sorry, 2011.
Four men come to the house. The Caicos, casualty assistance people, and they send people that don't know nothing. And we found that out through talking to other Gold Stars.
Right.
It's their first time telling the parents that their sons or daughters were killed. And they
So these guys are rookies.
right.
Yeah.
They
That's exactly what
they're given
they-
an assignment.
Yep.
Go do it. They
Yep.
they walk in, no knowledge, very if ever done it before, maybe not. Right?
Never.
In this
Very
case,
little
so they're
empathy.
green as could be,
Right.
and they're being told what to do, and they're
And what
just
to say.
doing it.
Yep.
They actually even said, "We don't know how they died."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, what
Why you
and then
here?
it came on the news
Yeah.
about the helicopter and the RPG and the Taliban. And they came out with a story that said the Rangers were in trouble, so they called it QRF, Quick Reaction Force. And that's how they got all these guys in the Chinook. There was 30 Americans and Bart the dog and 8 Afghans.
Which is
Can I
bullshit.
ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Because you might know this, and I don't. That's one of the things that bothered me. Would they normally carry that large of a force on that helicopter?
All
That's
special operators.
That's like 40.
never-
That's almost 40
Yeah.
people.
That they never did missions like that. They didn't have to. They were so well trained.
Yeah, and they
I mean,
weren't a QRF.
I've heard of like 6 or
No,
8 at a
weren't.
time, right? Is that would that be normal?
That's normal.
6 or 8 at a time. And I'm not a military. I don't really follow it
Yeah.
much, so I feel badly. But I'm a little bit of a tactical guy.
Yeah.
I was a cop for 10 years in the ghetto. I get it. Overwhelming force is wonderful, but you can't go in with an overwhelming force because it's too much to handle right off the bat.
Right.
Because there's too many moving parts.
Right.
Is that
Why put all your eggs in one basket?
exactly? Maybe 2 or 3 little spots.
Right.
Someone around the corner, someone around the back of the house, someone on the roof. But to bring 30 guys in for a mission in one vehicle. Actually, it's more than 30.
There
because
was there was 2 helicopters.
2
But they put them
helicopters.
There
all
was
in.
Extortion 16, which just had a flight crew.
Nobody
and
in it.
August
There
17
wasn't.
and
There
it-
wasn't.
So
16.
now,
Yeah.
There was 16.
now I'm more convinced
Yeah.
that there's something was wrong.
Now.
This, I would never put 30. It's like putting the president and the vice president on the same plane.
Exactly.
Right. Go ahead.
The Chinooks are older helicopters.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not putting them in the black.
They call them shit hooks from Vietnam.
Shit
hooks.
Shit.
Shit
Shit
hooks?
hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Chinooks, shit hooks. Yeah.
Shit hooks.
So for comparison, the Bin Laden raid that had SEALs, they had the helicopter crash. It was a
stealth.
A stealth.
Yeah.
Get it, Shiv?
That one was made just specifically
Just for that mission.
For that
That's
mission.
right.
Okay.
There's very little photo or
Yes.
information about it.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
crashed.
Yeah, so that was
And
like
they
a
left it
stealth.
there.
It was a
Right.
stealth version.
But there
of
wasn't
Iraq.
30.
Right.
There wasn't 30 men on that.
No, there's
For Bin Laden.
How many?
there's 2 of them, right? And they only made 2. So
Right.
there hasn't
That,
been
it was it.
ever made
Yeah.
anymore. And they specifically made it so you couldn't hear if it was on your roof.
So they didn't have that many men for the Bin Laden raid,
Right.
but they put this many special operators on one Chinook. So do you know what the mission was pre-mission? What they're told, what their AO was, or what their assignment was?
What is AO?
Area of operations.
Oh, okay.
What they were told was that the Rangers were in trouble. They needed help.
Okay.
Okay. And
So basically, the Rangers are pinned down in a location, and we're going to bring 30 guys in, 40 guys in on a Chinook.
right.
One Chinook.
And
And an empty one behind.
right.
Is that for the bodies? To
That's
to
for
carry,
the
to
Rangers,
carry
I
out
guess,
the bodies?
right? Allegedly.
Well, they changed the story
Yeah.
because one of the Rangers came out and said, we had 8 of the Taliban caught.
Yep.
What they say?
They said, we have 8 of the Taliban caught. Don't send them. We don't need nobody. We don't need any.
Oh, we
help."
don't need it.
Oh,
Don't
wow.
send
So
extortion.
then they
Yeah.
said they were after HVT, high value target, Quarry Tahir. And Quarry Tower here might be like on New York on the corner selling something. He wasn't no high value type.
It's
Okay, he
like
was
a
just
local
a
drug
name,
dealer.
a name they knew.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they just changed lanes. You know what I mean? For and then
So
it was
it went
shut
from
down
a-
off national media.
So it went
too.
from a QRF to an HVT.
Right.
Right.
Huh.
Okay.
Good, Shiv. What do you got?
Some of these guys, what they do is they get sources from the Taliban or whoever, and the agency takes all the information. And these guys are the ones that implement based off of that
Right.
intelligence. So it all depends on who the source is and who the intelligence is.
And the sources
They
are
had-
getting paid.
Exactly. There was that case where they had a few CIA agents get killed because the source was a double agent. He was
Well-
working for the Americans and the Taliban.
And that's the thing. That all of the men aboard Extortion 17 were so highly intelligent. They had to give one hell of a story to get them all on that one Chinook. Now, can I back up for a second?
Absolutely.
It was a Saturday when this happened. I was on my way to work. I had the morning news on. He was still sleeping. He was sleeping in. And I seen it on the news. Before they even contacted any of the parents
You saw it on
or
the
the
news.
families, that's correct. It was on the news. And I was just like, oh, God, please watch. God bless their souls and their families. And I'm driving on 95, and I'm going from Academy to Woodhaven, and I get a phone call from Charlie's sister, Maggie. Mayor, where you at? I'm like, hey, Mag, what's up? I'm on my way to work. Da, 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 da. She goes, where's my brother? I said, he's home sleeping. He's bumming it today. And she goes, you need to get home. And I said, what? She goes, you need to go home, Mary. And I'm so confused at this point. I'm like, why? She said, it's Michael. And I'm like,
So were you told already?
and
by
it's
this point?
bad.
No.
No.
So how does
She goes, and it's bad. Well, I'm in the far right lane. I just went straight across the lanes, down the embankment. I come up going southbound. My
95?
car's going boom,
Wow.
boom, boom, boom. And I get off 95. I pull in front of my place. I don't even remember putting it in park. The car was still running, but I heard this sound. And I didn't know what it was. It's a sound that I'll never forget. And I go in the house, and our one son has him on the ground holding him. And it was the sound was him.
Screaming.
It was horrible.
I'm sure.
It was, I can't even explain the sound. And we're trying to find out what the hell happened. And he's just screaming and screaming. And we finally found out, they get to the house. And I'm thinking, like, I didn't put two and two together at first. And then I realized I'm looking at these Navy guys. I'm thinking, is this what I seen on TV? I seen it on TV before they even freaking got here. And
Yeah.
then they're telling us they don't know what happened. They don't know how they died. Well, I'm sorry, but they said it was a plane crash on TV, and I'm arguing with the guy, and he's just so
Was it a chaplain?
out of it. There's no chaplain.
No chaplain.
No chaplain.
Good, Shiv.
For these types of guys, their kids are serving in the military overseas, right? The least they should be able to know is how they died. But these guys didn't have the guts to even say, hey, we're going to announce this formally in a few days, but we just
Right.
wanted to let you guys know first. And the thing is, they'll probably blame it on national security. That's all BS, because they don't want to admit that they screwed up
Yeah,
on
I
intelligence.
mean, they're Navy
and they don't
SEALs,
want
if
to take any accountability for their actions.
Well, the ones that they sent out didn't even know what
Exactly.
happened because they were wet behind the ears. These were newbies, and that's how they plan it. Like, that's,
What rank were they? I'm just curious. Not that it matters. That they were sent out there. The officers or just?
Oh, no, they were young kids.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
So that's who was sent to notify you of this.
That's what they do with all of them.
Oh my God.
All
You can
the
ask
parents
any
we
Gold
talked to-
Star parent,
Yep.
and they send new people.
Yep. Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
This way they don't know or can't say anything because they
Right.
don't know.
Right. right? They don't have the experience to
You know,
figure it out.
this day, that's I'm still have tears in my eyes, and I'm trying to be a professional here, which is not easy for me. But I'm just taken back to this. Your son knowing in advance that shit wasn't right. That really gets me. That what it is so I'll give you an example of foolishness, right? And I'm not that he's a fool, but we do foolish things sometimes because of loyalty and honor and respect. All right, I'm going to twist it a little bit. So when I go, just before I get arrested, I'm in the police department. I'm in a vehicle, and I'm a policeman, right? Even though I'm fucking robbing everything. Anyway, the point is that on my way to the police station when they called me in, I'm still acting the part when I should be trying to save my soul.
Right.
Maybe I did save my soul by going through the rigors that I went through. But part of me later on said, when they ordered me to do something, I should have told them, fuck you. I quit. Because at that moment, not that it would have made a difference, by the way, but at that moment, I could have actually changed the course of something. And I wonder if that's what happens to guys in the military, that they're just so obligated to just continue to follow the command of those that are telling them what they need to do, that rather than, I mean, today they have whistleblower laws. They all get fucked anyway. Every fucking whistleblower gets fucked.
Big time.
And I'm saying that we're looking at a man whose family suffered because he knew inherently something was going to go wrong or is intending to go wrong. Whether that was going to be that tragic or not, they all knew something. And to me, I wonder, is that sense of country obligation that gets built into people? Me, as a cop, I got to follow orders. Meanwhile, I'll rob a fucking drug dealer, right? But if my commanding officer tells me to do something, I go do it. Instead of saying, no, it's against the law, it's unconstitutional, I'm not gonna do, unsolicited car stops, I'm not gonna do breathalyzers on people that I don't think need it. Like you get put in a pigeonhole, and they tell you what to do, and because you're obligated to follow a chain of command, you do things that you might not necessarily think is even constitutional. I mean, can I pull the fucking Constitution out on the highway and say, Sergeant Smith, I'm not following through because that breaks the Constitution. But I did it every fucking day of my life as a police officer. I violated the Constitution because my department asks me to.
Right.
And that's what's fucked up.
Well, what
Go ahead. I know that's
how they got them men in the helicopter, and you would do this too, Mike.
Yeah, Rangers need help.
Your buddies are in trouble.
right.
Your buddies are in trouble.
Right.
You know,
I'm on
guys.
my way.
So do you
Guys,
think-
you go drink and
That's
you
exactly
screw the
why.
same girls, and you
That's
met his
exactly.
wife.
They're pinned
That's
down.
why they went.
The fucking Green Beret are pinned down. Was
Yeah.
that-
Rangers.
The Rangers. The
So
Rangers.
you think when they're
That's-
stepping on that helicopter that night, they have an
Pisses
idea
me
that this
off.
might happen? You think this was just
I think
this
they
is
were.
normal?
I think they were taking precautions. I think when they went to Robert Gates and said, "Yo, Biden just outed us."
All right, so we
With-
need to get into that. Who's Robert Gates and what happened? You're giving Shiv a heart attack. He's trying to.
So with these guys,
He might shiv you. Careful.
keeping the memory is one thing, right? But if this happened in the private sector, someone would be fired. You'd have accountability.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing that we're missing out of politics. There hasn't been a
That's it.
general or commanding officer that had to get booted because of this whole thing.
Yeah, like Millie.
Nobody in the intelligence sector took account.
Yeah.
Little
Okay.
guys get affected by this, and there's no accountability. He talked to President Trump a few days ago. Right?
Monday.
President Trump said we're going to have a congressional investigation on what happened. Right?
Yeah.
That's how it should be handled. The American people need to know out in public, what did these guys miss, and who should be held accountable? Because you're talking about 30 something people that got killed.
30 Americans.
30 Americans.
And eight-
and
And,
they put
and
millions
Mark
of
the
dollars-
dog.
millions of dollars worth of training. These guys do some of the best work, right, for the U.S. military. And at
They
the end of the
do
day,
the
there's no
stuff that-
accountability for this.
They do the
Right.
stuff
Well,
that we can't even imagine.
It's both administrations.
This episode is sponsored by AR Law, PA State Rep Martina White, Biondo Creative,
Morrow Flooring.
and Pops McCann Whiskey.